This is Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I am Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the right-of-way issues hampering railway projects. A road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on what to do when one encounters a solid white center line. This week's Buying Chuper shall be about the wearing of proper uniforms of PUV drivers. Showcase this week shall have a subcompact crossover from Toyota, the Race 1.0 Turbo CVT. While for race weekend, we shall have the highlights of the 2023 Aisin Super Sprint Round 2.
All of these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are in this week's episode of Motoring Today. Join us.
Life comes at you fast. If you're brave enough, drive right back at it. Brave the big city or the great outdoors. Brave the carpool or the extra cargo. Brave the unexpected with Honda Sensing. Brave the long road with fuel efficiency to reach your destination. The all-new Honda BRV. Brave the next level.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. Tollways host vehicles that are considered among the worst contributors of harmful carbon emissions to the environment. One tollway is working to lessen the carbon footprint of its operations. Metro Pacific Tollways South hosted another EnviroSafe tour to showcase its commitment to environmental safety while promoting sustainable tourism. MPT South invited members of the media and other stakeholders to a tour of the Cavite-Laguna Expressway, including the soon-to-open Subsection 4 and Silang Aguinaldo Interchange. The tour showcased energy-efficient equipment along with CALAPs, including solar-powered toll plazas and LED lighting fixtures, as well as the fruits of its initiative to plant trees and create so-called biodiverse areas or green spaces within the tollway. The tour also highlighted MPT South's efforts to support micro, small, and medium enterprises, along with communities it serves in coordination with the Municipal Economic and Investment Promotions Office, or MEIPO, of Silang and the Imus City Environment and Natural Resources Office. Among MSME products showcased were crispy mushroom chips, kapeng bigas, and plant-based fries, and handcrafted handbags made from recycled tarpaulin. According to Raul El Ignacio, MPT South President and General Manager, the tollway recognizes the importance of balancing progress with responsible practices and remains committed to implementing initiatives that prioritize sustainability, environmental stewardship, and community well-being.
From Metro Pacific Tollways South, we would like to congratulate Motoring Today, of course, who have been very, very supportive in helping us get our message out there for safe driving, for infrastructure development, and all the good news that the Metro Pacific Tollways South have for the Filipino people.
Faster, safer, and more convenient motoring is not only the benefit provided by MPT South, as well as other tollways under the umbrella of Metro Pacific Investments Corporation. Meanwhile, a motorcycle riding academy will soon open in Pasig City, and tuition is free. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority will soon be opening a motorcycle riding academy in Pasig City, according to reports from the Philippine News Agency. The government service insurance system has agreed to allow the MMDA to use its vacant property at the corner of Doña Julia Vargas and Meralco Avenue in Barangay Ugong for its motorcycle riding academy. In a memorandum of agreement, the MMDA will construct, renovate, and improve the 5,977 square meter lot for the establishment of the Motorcycle Riding Academy. The academy will provide riders formal training on both theoretical and practical aspects of motorcycle riding, as well as basic emergency response training. The MMDA said the academy is scheduled to open by the third quarter of the year and will offer instruction and hands-on training for free. According to the PNA report, the MMDA is also in talks with the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, so the certificates to be issued by the academy can be used in obtaining a driver's license. A hoped-for result from opening the Motorcycling Riding Academy is more responsible and safer riders on the road. Continuing, drivers can expect to be issued plastic licenses by July at the latest. Meanwhile, those renewing licenses have to settle for licenses printed on paper. The Department of Transportation expects to procure at least 500,000 plastic cards for licenses by July at the latest. This was revealed by DOTR Secretary Jaime Bautista during a recent hearing conducted by the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. According to a Philippine News Agency report, Bautista told senators that the DOTR was already at the post-qualification stage of the procurement process. If the lowest bidder passes post-qualification, the DOTR expects to get at least 500,000 plastic cards for licenses by July. Bautista told senators, while admitting the backlog has increased to around 690,000. Earlier, the Land Transportation Office extended the validity of driver's licenses that would have expired beginning April 24 until October 21 to await procurement of plastic cards for licenses. According to the LTO Memorandum Circular, all holders of driver's license cards expiring April 24, 2023 onwards shall no longer be required to renew their licenses until October 31, 2023, or as soon as the driver's license cards become available for distribution to the public. The Memorandum Circular also said all penalties for late renewal transactions shall be waived. The procurement of plastic cards for licenses should be good news for drivers waiting to renew licenses with extended validity. But what about those who have the so-called paper licenses? Will they be given priority in getting real plastic licenses? And finally, is it safe for blind persons or the deaf to take the train? The Light Rail Manila Corporation is partnering with schools to ensure trains are also safe for those with impaired sight or hearing. The Light Rail Manila Corporation, operator of LRT-1, is embarking on a safety education program dubbed Kaligtas Sakay, aimed at making riding trains safer for the blind and the deaf. The LRMC said it was implementing the Kaligtas Sakay program in partnership with the Marcela Marcelo Elementary School, the Philippine National School for the Blind, and the Philippine School for the Deaf. The Kaligtas Sakay program includes modules on health and safety training, emergency preparedness, hazard mapping, and commuter etiquette. According to Luerni de Sales, LRMC Head of Health, Safety, Environment, and Quality, Kaligtas Sakay aims to share best-in-class safety programs being implemented at the LRT-1 depot and stations. It also aims to create an inclusive and supportive environment inside and outside the classroom for learners who are visually impaired. The Kaligtas Sakay program has both novel and noble intentions. It is also heartwarming to know that LRMC intends to roll out these programs to more schools. And those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Right-of-way issues are among the major causes of delay for many infrastructure projects bidded out by our government. The North-South Commuter Railway project is one of the projects that are affected by right-of-way and other turnover issues. The North-South Commuter Railway project is facing another hurdle after contractor GM Konsundi Inc. and its Japanese partner Taisei Group are being forced to withdraw from one of 3 sections of the contract package awarded to the joint venture. Back in 2021, the joint venture was awarded Contract Package 01 of the NSCR project. The contract package involved the construction of a 21-kilometer section of the NSCR from the Solis Station in Tondo in Manila and to the Bocaue Station in Bulacan. Contract Package 1 was divided into 3 sections, with Section 1 spanning 7.2 kilometers from Solis Station to West Valenzuela Station, while Sections 2 and 3 covers the 13.9-kilometer stretch from West Valenzuela Station to Bocaue Station. The division into sections was prompted by anticipation of right-of-way obstructions, especially in Section 1. According to Transportation Assistant Secretary for Railways, Georgette Aquino, the right-of-way obstructions in Section 1 include 1,110 square meters of private properties, as well as right-of-way sharing between the DOTR and DPWH NLEX-SLEX Segment 10 and affected PNR facilities. As anticipated, one of the right-of-way problems foreseen has come to pass, as the designated construction yard in Caloocan, which is supposed to be turned over to the joint venture, continues to be occupied by the Department of Public Works and Highways for the construction of the NLEX-SLEX Segment 10. The delay in the construction of NLEX-SLEX Segment 10 caused by the COVID-19 pandemic is now affecting the NSCR project. The DOTR clarified that DMCI Taisei joint venture did not unilaterally withdraw from Section 1. The withdrawal was forced as Section 1 is being omitted or de-scoped from the project to avoid potential challenges and costs associated with right-of-way obstructions. The DOTR said it plans to rebid Section 1 once the discussions to formalize its omission or de-scoping are finalized. Meanwhile, DMCI said it was expecting equitable compensation for the de-scoping, a standard contract condition in construction project. The NSCR project covers a total of 163 kilometers composed of a 40-kilometer line from Tutuban, Manila to Malolos, Bulacan, and its extensions from Malolos to Clark, Pampanga, and Manila to Calamba, Laguna. The present administration has promised to complete the NSCR project as one of the legacy projects of the government. And it is hoped that other contract packages already awarded to various joint ventures won't suffer from right-of-way issues as well. That's our Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo racing lies motorsports DNA. Combine that with the Philippines' best-selling sedan, you get the Vios GRS. Its black accent details and aero kit upgrade capture the feel and excitement on the track, and the 10-speed CVT that exudes the TGR competitive spirit. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
You are back with us here on Motoring Today, and we now have this week's important motoring tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. Solid white center lines are meant to separate the movement of traffic on multi-lane roads. Kapag ikaw ay nasa daan na mayroong solid white center line, you're not supposed to overtake unless the way is clear and safe. Kung hindi naman, stay on your lane and wait until you can overtake to avoid accidents. Continuing with this week's edition of Motoring Today, let's now focus on proper driver's demeanor, especially for those driving PUVs. Here's Paying Chuper this week.
Payong Chuper lang, kaibigan. Ako si Ka Jojo Martin, isang kapwa niyo Chuper maging maayos sa pananamit tuwing papasada.
Kung gusto natin makarami ng pasahero, gawin nating presentable ang ating mga sarili sa tuwing tayo ay magmamaneho. Ugaliing isuot ang uniform ng samahan ng iyong kinabibilangan kapag papasada sa daan. Iwasang magsuot ng mga pambahay na damit katulad ng sando at tsinelas kung ayaw mo ang pasahero ang magalit at umiwas.
Tandaan, kapag maayos ang kasuotan, pasahero ay iyong kaibigan. Ito po si Ka Jojo Martin, payong tsuper lang kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa niyo tsuper.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsports is next.
In motorsport news, Pawi Basti of PMMS Rennsport Racing Team ruled the fifth leg of the Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series held for the first time at Parang Playground, Marikina. Basti set the overall and front wheel best times of the round with a time of 43.42 seconds, extending his winning streak in the series. Pawi has won 3 of the 5 rounds held so far this 2023 slalom season. Coming in second overall was Martina Sofia Munoz of Rodlea Racing Team at 43.66, which also topped the novice overall class. Third fastest overall was Rod Chang of JAF Racing Team at 43.88. The same trio set the quickest times in the front wheel category. Rounding out the top 6 overall was Austin Sarmiento, Joseph Ortega of Ponga Racing Team, and Nathaniel Mendoza. Meanwhile, Austin Sarmiento won the rear wheel production best time of the day with a time of 44.18, followed by Joseph Ortega with 44.74. Austin Sarmiento was also second quickest among novices, ahead of Nathaniel Mendoza in third, Ryan Pangilinan fourth, Paulo Macaraeg fifth, and Christine Torres sixth. The sixth leg of the 2023 National Slalom Series will be held on July 16 at Robinson Star Mills in Pampanga. In other motorsports news, Round 2 of the 2023 Super Sprint Series drew a multitude of race weekend warriors to the Hacienda Designer Outlet parking for a competition to set the fastest time around a course determined by pylons. The Super Sprint Series has perhaps the most number of categories determined by the amount of modifications done to the cars. At the end of the busy day of racing at the Hacienda parking area, it was Raymond Depano who topped the Street 2 category on board the 2008 Toyota Vios. Rian Crystal Santos ruled the Street 3 class with a Honda City hatchback. Kim Brian Kimson was the quickest in the amateur street modified Class 1, driving a 2015 Mitsubishi Mirage. Pogs Haranilia topped the both amateur street Class 2 and Class 3 with his 2011 Toyota Yaris. Carl Andrew Malen scored a brace of wins, one in the intermediate street modified Class 1, another in the intermediate street Class 2, driving a 2013 Toyota Vios. Chadwick Lazaro ruled the intermediate street modified Class 3 on board a 2001 BMW E46 325i. Mark Paul Lucido set the best time in the amateur super street Class 1 on his 2000 Toyota Echo. Alan Santiago was fastest in the amateur super street Class 2 on a 2015 Hyundai Accent, while Chadwick Lazaro was quickest in the amateur super street Class 3 in the 2001 BMW E46 325i. Ralph Cadiz recorded the fastest time in the intermediate super street Class 1 on a 2000 Toyota Echo. Carl Andrew Mallon was back on top on the timesheets in the intermediate super street Class 2 with a 2013 Toyota Vios. Pia Pascual was quickest in the intermediate Class 3 on board a 2013 Subaru BRZ. Pogs Haranilia topped the Prep A Class 1 with a 2011 Toyota Yaris. Alan Santiago ruled both the Prep A Class 2 and Class 3 on a 2015 Hyundai Accent. Ralph Cadiz was best in the Prep B Class 1. Nina Flores ruled Prep B Class 2 while Jeve Moreno topped Prep B Class 3 and the Prep C Class 3 driving a Honda EF. Ringo Greg Abadisho was quickest in the Prep C Class 2 on a Honda Civic hatchback. G. Ordonez topped the Prep D Class 1. Nino Alder ruled Prep D Class 2. Paul Inigo Felix topped the Prep D Class 3.
More in the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today, as we now give you Race Weekend. Race Weekend takes us to the Hacienda Designer Outlet parking area in Silang, Cavite to showcase highlights and sidelights of Round 2 of the 2023 ISIN Super Sprint Series. We are here at the Hacienda Designer Outlet in Cavite City for another round of Super Sprint Series. Let's go check it out.
Mas maganda siya kapag sa ganito sila mag-i-start kaysa yung susubukan nila sa mga public places kasi prone sa accidents. Pag sa mga legal races like this, mas okay siya kasi may ilalabas nila lahat tapos mas safe. Walang, kung magkamali man sila, may mga magtuturo naman sa kanila.
Nag-start ako 2019, kaso hindi siya tuloy-tuloy kasi laging nagkakaproblema sa sasakyan, kasi yun nga, busy. Tapos actually ngayong year na lang talaga ako bumalik ng halos sana matapos yung season. Ngayon, mas maganda naman yung nagiging takbo ko, mas nag-i-improve. Nakikita ko naman kahit pa paano, malaki pinag-improve. Nahirapan ako sa race track kasi first time ko naglaro dito, madulas. Siyempre malaking adjustment pa kasi wala talaga kami yung preparation, kahapon lang kami nag-ayos-ayos ng sasakyan talaga.
Sanctioned race talaga was 2019 with Super Sprint din. Tapos yun nga, every time may event sila, as much as I can sumasali, and also with other autocross events sumasali rin. Super Sprint, through Grupo Toyota, si Robert Tan, siya yung founder nila and founder ng Super Sprint. Tapos, syempre, group of friends na mahilig din sa motorsports, and yun, pag nayayaya, whenever we have the time and we're able to sali kami siya. For Super Sprint, they have a page, I think, sa Facebook, also sa Grupo Toyota, si RGT or si Robert, yung president nila. Very approachable, just send him a PM. Super Sprint, the best.
And that does it for our coverage of the second round of the Super Sprint Series here in Hacienda Designer Outlet in Cavite City. Be sure to check us out next week for more race weekend action. The Super Sprint Series is drawing bigger fields of entries with each round since its debut back in July of 2019. We are expecting a bigger field in round 3 in August of this year. And that's Music's World of Motorsports. We'll be back after this short break.
Isuzu D-Max.
I'm a revolution.
Into new heights. The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. This showcase takes a look at Toyota's entry into the very crowded, budget-friendly subcompact crossover market, the Toyota Race.
crossovers are now dime a dozen, budget-friendly crossovers even more so. There's no lack of options for local buyers looking for affordable crossovers, especially with the influx of candidates from China, touting more than affordability but also good design, decent tech for comfort, convenience, and safety, and others even flaunting British legacy. And we're not even talking about the competition from South Korea. Into this market comes the Toyota Rays. A revamped Rocky from sister company Daihatsu, the Rays arrived bearing enough resemblance to recent generation Toyotas, especially the RAV4, to be called a first-degree cousin. Toyota offered 4 variants of the Rays with SRP starting from 751,000 pesos for the base model 1.2 EMT, 831,000 pesos for the 1.2 ECVT, 926,000 pesos for the 1.2 GCVT, to 1.051 million for the top-of-the-line 1.0 Turbo CVT White Pearl SE, or 1.056 million for the two-tone White Pearl Black two-tone variant. The Toyota Rays is a proper subcompact SUV at 4,030mm long, 1,710mm wide, and 1,605mm tall, and clear the ground by a good 200mm. Most everyone agrees when Toyota says the Rays exudes a cool vibe zipping through urban streets, cruising on tollways, and even just park. This is especially true with the top-of-the-line Rays 1.0 Turbo CVT with a blacked-out roof and 2 of 3 pillars for a cool two-tone look, and the 17-inch alloy wheel strapped by 205/60 R17 tires. Standard features on the Rays include daytime running lights, front halogen fog lamps, rear LED combination lamps, rear spoiler, pin-type antenna, as well as power-adjusting outside rear-view mirrors. The turbo-powered Rays comes with split-type LED headlamps with line guide, front LED sequential turn signal lamps, piano black rear backdoor garnish, power-adjusting outside rear-view mirrors that also feature auto-fold function, features to stand up to the competition in its chosen segment. The top-of-the-line Rays, as well as the 1.2 GCVT variant, already comes with smart keyless entry and push-button start. The cabin has room for 5 in-seats upholstered and a combination of fabric and synthetic leather material. There's adequate legroom and headroom, including for those in the rear. The front seats adjust but only manually, 6 ways for the driver and 4 ways for passenger. The rear seat back can also be reclined for the comfort of those in the rear, and splits and folds 60/40 to add to the more than ample luggage space already available in the back. The tonneau cover comes with the two top variants of the Rays. Lots of plastic surfaces in the interior, but not the cheap kind in look and feel. But the 1.0 Turbo CVT and the 1.2 GCVT variants do have leather-wrapped steering wheel that manually tilts and comes with silver ornamentation. There are controls for the audio and multi-information display, as well as the power mode button. The cabin looks and feels quite smart and progressive, especially with a dash that features the digital meter cluster, the 7-inch TFT multi-information display, and the economy meter. Added to this is the floating 9-inch touchscreen display for the audio system that comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth, AM/FM radio, USB, voice command, and plays through 6 speakers. Toyota included a lot of convenience features not expected even in entry-level lines. Lots of storage spaces and holders for gadgets and beverage, seat back pockets, under-seat tray, multiple cup and bottle holders, sun visors with vanity mirror, day-night rear-view mirrors. Also for the gadget crazy are 12-volt outlets and USB chargers in front and back. The top-of-the-line Rays features power windows, illuminated entry system, automatic air conditioning, and speed-sensing power door locks. Although having only 3 cylinders and a 998cc displacement, the turbocharged 12-valve DOHC engine with VVTi technology generates 98 PS and a hefty 140 Nm of torque. All that power and torque are coursed to the front wheels by a continuously variable transmission. The powertrain comes with sport mode and paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to help give drivers more control over gear shifts. To be sure, the Rays is hardly a pocket rocket or a hot hatch, but it does have enough room for judicious and fun overtaking when needed. The power steering feels quite light on the Rays, which makes it a breeze to drive in crowded or narrow city streets. Many roads in Metro Manila and other major urban centers of the country are not quite as perfect as motorists would like them to be. And the Rays suspension system using the front McPherson struts and rear torsion beams is tuned to ride out most of the imperfections well. The brake system with front ventilated discs and lead trailing jumps in the rear provides confident stopping power, equipped with an anti-lock brake system. Toyota has also equipped the Rays with vehicle stability control to prevent mishaps from drivers having too much fun on switchbacks or being caught in hairy road or weather conditions. Also helping the Rays drivers keep safe on the road are systems such as blind spot monitor, rear cross traffic alert, and hill start assist control. Parking is made easier with back monitor with guideline and front and rear clearance sonar or sensors. Other standard safety features on the Rays include 3-point ELR seatbelts for 5, with the driver and the front seat passenger also benefiting from force limiter and pre-tensioner, SRS airbags, and child restraint system. Finally, the Rays also comes with immobilizer in the Toyota Vehicle Security System.
The race gives Toyota a good leg up on the budget-friendly subcompact crossover market. That's our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the Toyota WeGo.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry takes center stage.
Suzuki Philippines invited members of the motoring media to experience firsthand how the new Espresso AGS can take on a climb to Baguio in confidence and comfort. From Suzuki Auto to Gig, the convoy of Espresso hatchbacks with auto gear shift technology, essentially an automated manual transmission, drove on C5, the Skyway, NLEX, SE-Tex, and T-Flex, and then climbed up to the City of Pines via the Marcos Highway. The long drive, around 217 kilometers, was made a bit more challenging by rain along parts of the route. All Espresso AGS units all made it safely to Baguio as expected by Suzuki Philippines XX. We're happy that the upgraded small hatchback is getting good response from the market.
First of all, we are very happy that we are able to fulfill our promise to deliver automatic variant of a well-loved model. At this time, even better with all upgraded. Suzuki has done so many upgrades to make new Espresso, and with all aspects, for example, looks, performance, and safety. Of course, fuel efficiency.
The drive up to Baguio was meant not only to show that the Espresso AGS has what it takes to take on steep climbs, but also to showcase the upgrades that make the hatch a more comfortable and safe and fun ride.
Well, aside from the AGS, the convenience of having an automated manual transmission, the new Espresso also have several improvements in terms of driving amenities and safety. For example, it is now equipped with electronic stability program, which are not commonly found on this segment, including the hill hold control. And in terms of entertainment, of course, it's now equipped with a 7-inch touchscreen display with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity for a more pleasurable ride.
The Espresso AGS is now available at all 75 Suzuki dealerships nationwide.
That's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, please don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now in its 37th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with the lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Happy motoring!